is Northeast Michigan's best news source. You're waking up to WBKB Early Morning, your first look at news, weather, and sports. This is Early Morning.
Alpena Township has made an official statement for the first time regarding their side of the city's unified system proposal. Plus, new safety drill requirements are expected to make Michigan schools safer. And the Thunder Bay Area Firefighters Association has named the 2013 Firefighter of the Year. Good morning. Thanks for joining us. I'm Ashley Reed. For our first look at the weather, let's check in with meteorologist Adam Claybon.
Good morning, Ashley. It is Friday, and what a cool way to end the week. And I mean that literally. 8 degrees below zero. West winds are currently at 6 miles per hour, and real field temperature, it is below zero as well at 14 degrees below zero. Winds haven't been too bad throughout the overnight, so we haven't really had to worry that much about it. But there is still a wind chill advisory in effect until 11 a.m. this morning. We'll talk about that more in the full forecast. Satellite and radar, mostly clear skies. High pressure is dominating the region, and we will continue to stay mostly clear throughout most of the day before our next disturbance starts to come in from the northwest, adding more clouds, and then by this evening expecting more of the snow showers. But as we look at our high temperatures, 8 degrees, that is it. That is all we are going to be able to muster up before temperatures start to drop off yet again tonight, but not too bad. We'll be staying above zero. 4 degrees for our overnight low, and we should start to pick up more snow. It looks like it could be anywhere between a ½ inch to an inch.
Thank you, Adam. The Township of Alpena is speaking out about why they feel the city's proposal to unify the water and sewer system between the two would be detrimental to township residents. The city and the township have been discussing the proposal since last year. The township issued a statement yesterday that brought up several different concerns. Outlined in the new unified system proposal, the city would determine rates and charge the township as a whole customer, and they would then choose what to charge their residents. The township believes this would force them to shut down their water and sewer department, which would include layoffs of personnel. The city says the township would still remain in control of their system. However, the township fears they would lose complete control.
That the water and sewer bills are of concern when we have our neighbor holding us hostage. I am opposed to that technique. My board members are opposed to, we feel almost to the point of being threatened that they're going to impose a 70% increase on water and a 53% increase on sewer. My residents cannot afford that.
The township also voiced concerns about the city's ability to set rates, control development or non-development in the township, and defer needed maintenance of the township systems. Regardless of if an agreement is worked out or not, all rates for city and township customers will increase. All rates are based on the needs of the utility and the costs necessary to meet those needs. The city stressed in last month's city council meeting that this is not an attempt for the township to bail them out of debt. It is simply a uniform rate schedule that they believe will best serve the interest of all customers. On March 3rd, residents will have their chance to speak out to the council at the open hearing. And Alpena High School is continuing to look for ways to improve their students' performance. Last week, staff members from AHS helped organize a meeting of several high schools known as focus schools. These are the 10% of schools in Michigan that have a large gap between their highest performing students and their struggling students. Overall, 8 schools from across the state were able to attend the meeting and discuss possible solutions to reduce the achievement gap between their students.
We have some ideas that we came away with, but I think now we're looking at is what can we do with those ideas, and what are some of the things we can put in place next year, whether it's right at the beginning of the year or later on, and then working in conjunction with some of those schools to really make a difference in our kids' lives.
Principal Pauly went on to add that focus schools like AHS need to center their efforts on reading and math programs for students before they reach high school. He hopes to meet with the schools again in the fall to see how their progress is going. And a new law is expected to help make schools safer through better implementation and reporting of safety drills. Governor Rick Snyder signed legislation updating Michigan's school safety drill requirements to ensure students are better prepared in times of emergency. This new bill updates the types of drills that must be conducted and requires school districts to post documentation of completed safety drills on their websites within 30 days of completion. Alpena Public Schools Superintendent Brett Holcomb says that the new law comes after an investigation downstate where some schools weren't keeping track of safety drills.
When we looked at it based on this investigation, we were pretty on the mark. And really all we needed to tweak was a way to make sure we're recording it in a way that we can report it. And so, you know, the good news, hopefully, for parents in the Alpena School District is that we really were kind of ahead of the curve on this legislation.
Schools must now conduct 5 safety drills for fire, 2 tornado drills, and 3 lockdown drills during certain times of the year. Holcomb says Alpena has already created a Google Drive spreadsheet to keep track of their drills and should have the information, which they will keep updated, published to the web within the next couple months. The bill takes effect July 1st. And the Thunder Bay Area Firefighters Association recently named the 2013 Firefighter of the Year at their annual meeting. Carol Jean, or CJ Hoppy of the Maple Ridge Fire Department, was selected as the area's Firefighter of the Year. She has been with the department for 15 years now, working as a volunteer firefighter, EMT, and department secretary. She also founded the Maple Ridge Auxiliary, which provides fundraising and support for the department and the community.
I was very shocked and surprised. I teared up a little bit. I do what I do because I love to do it, and thank you works for me, and to be, recognized for something like this was very surprising.
2 other individuals were honored for exceptional service. Captain Robert Kajabuski was given the Lifetime Achievement Award honoring his 29 years with the Alpena Township Fire Department, and Chief Ralph Klotz of the Alcona Township Fire Department was given the President's Award for his extraordinary service to the association. The Thunder Bay Area Firefighters Association is comprised of 18 different departments. When WBKB Early Morning returns, it's Fitness Friday time. I met up with Tracy Granata from Bay Athletic Club, who gave some tips about staying fit while pregnant. Plus, she even showed me a few exercises that you can do. Stay tuned. Welcome to another edition of Fitness Friday. I'm here at Bay Athletic Club with Tracy Granata, and she's going to give us some tips on staying fit while being pregnant. And Tracy, you're 32 weeks yourself, and I know you're going to start off and give us some tips and then show us some exercises down on the mats, right?
Oh, absolutely. So for me, staying fit during my pregnancy was huge for me. Fitness has always been a part of my life, and luckily for me, I've been able to keep up with it my entire pregnancy. So I just wanted to offer the viewers just some tips for maybe some new moms out there who are expecting themselves, something that they can do to keep going.
Perfect. All right, go ahead and start it off.
The number one thing that you want to do is you always want to talk to your physician first. So at that first doctor's appointment, you never want to start with anything new. If you haven't been working out already, it's probably not a great idea to start with something brand new. On the other hand, walking is generally okay for everyone. So if you were going to start with something, walking is probably great. If you've already been fit and active yourself, your doctor probably will give you some limitations or some precautions, but more than likely, as long as your pregnancy goes well, you'll be able to stick with everything that you've done. So my first tip for viewers who are expecting is to wear clothes that are breathable. The chances of your body heating up are a lot faster, so you want to make sure that you have clothes that you can certainly breathe through. Loose pants, Under Armour clothes, stuff that can easily just breathe and sweat through. Cotton tends to absorb sweat and tends to just kind of soak you in, so you just want to have something that your body can breathe, so you're not going to risk that overexertion and overheating.
Okay, and then number 2?
Number 2 is drinking plenty of water. So important for you yourself to stay hydrated, but also for baby to stay hydrated. So drinking water would be my number 2 tip for all women out there.
Okay, and then number 3?
Number 3 is avoid laying on our back. Now, most people don't think about that when being pregnant, but laying on your back past the first trimester really puts a lot of pressure on that uterus and puts a lot of pressure on one of the veins that goes into the uterus and can cause women to be lightheaded and dizzy. So any exercises on your back after that first trimester should typically be avoided. So let's stay away from that once you get past that first trimester. And there's lots of exercises you can do in standing, kneeling, and that sort of thing.
And you'll see those in just a minute after we finish the last 2 tips.
Yeah, absolutely.
Number 4?
Number 4 is avoid strenuous activities. So my biggest takeaway with this is that if you can't carry on a conversation with somebody when you're working out, you're probably working out too hard. And the baby the baby can't sweat like you do. And so if you're overexerting yourself, again, your body is going to risk overheating. So try to keep it down to the level or the intensity that you can, where you can still carry on a conversation with somebody while you're moving.
Okay, and then last but not least?
Yeah, and then my last tip is just be consistent. Being consistent with fitness is key if you're pregnant or not pregnant. So scheduling it out there, but if you're consistent with it during pregnancy and you've got that okay from your doctor to do so, I know that you're going to find that your energy levels are going to be higher. You're just going to feel better about yourself during pregnancy. You're probably going to be sleeping better. I know for me, I have felt amazing my whole entire pregnancy, and I think part of it is because I've been able to stay so active, and I've just been able to keep my body moving. I haven't had the back pain. I haven't had the hip pain, the knee pain, sometimes a lot of those symptoms that come along with it. So. Yeah, be consistent. Good. Number 5.
All right, well, now that we have the tips, let's have you show us some of the exercises that you can do if you're pregnant.
Perfect. All right, Ashley, so here's our first one. We're going to do what we call a standing pelvic tilt. So remember I said we can't get down on the mat, so lay on our back. So we're actually going to put our hands on our pelvis, just like so. Okay. And what I want you to do is I want you to think about taking your tailbone and kind of tucking it under. So you're going to tilt your pelvis under, squeezing your glutes. You're going to feel that strengthen in your lower back and your lower abdominals, and then just relax. And then you're going to tilt that pelvis under. It's almost like doing those Kegels that women say we need to do, and then relax. So those are called standing pelvic tilts. Number 2 is down here on the mat. Okay. All right, Ashley, cat-cow is this next one. Okay. So we're going to go on all fours. I'm going to have you place your hands under your shoulders just like that. Back is flat, tabletop position. Neck in neutral, so we're going to keep that head down. Good, chin to the chest, and we are going to round that lower back, kind of flexing it up. It should feel like a nice stretch all through that lower back. And then you're going to inhale when you round up, and now you're going to press down, breathing out, exhaling down as if you're lifting your tailbone up to that ceiling. Good, and inhale, rounding it up into that cat. Good, and exhaling down. Awesome. Perfect. So that is called cat-cow. It feels really good around that lower back. So perfect for what most pregnant women need when they experience that low back pain. Okay. Last one we're going to do right here is called child's pose. Okay. All right. I'm going to have you, when you're pregnant, obviously you can't really hug your knees into your belly. So you're going to take your knees a little bit wider on that mat. And we're just going to sink our bottom back onto the heels of our feet. And you're going to reach those arms all the way forward, laying yourself down as far as you can go, feeling a nice stretch through that upper back. Obviously a nice stretch through that lower back, even through those shoulders and arms. So that one's called child's pose. Hang out there as long as you want, as long as it feels good. Yeah.
They all feel good.
Yeah, so those were the three kind of mat exercises that we can do to help, stay strong, be flexible.
Perfect.
Yeah.
All right, well, thank you so much. And that's it for today's edition of Fitness Friday. We'll be back next week with another Fitness Friday.
A 2-point loss was how the Alpena boys basketball team started its season. Fast forward from December to now, the Wildcats are looking to continue their 17-game winning streak as they wrapped up regular season action at home last night against Ogama. And there the boys in white up 24 after 2 quarters. However, ending the third in style is Tyler Pintar making his own rebound and a buzzer beater dose. Alpena up 58-27. Fourth quarter starting with Andy Marweed. He led last night with 17 points. Brett Hemminson coming off the bench, assisting Cody Tucker for a pair. Then Gavin Akins gets the steal, the bucket, and a lot of energy. He's ready to go, and so is Eli Martin. He gets the 3. Alpena wins its 18th straight game last night, topping Ogama 78-47.
Time in our conference at this level of basketball to win that many games in a row is extremely difficult, and the guys they've been great all year. Their competitiveness has really pushed them all year, and it's just a great culmination tonight with a great victory for everybody to get in there and play and contribute. Just a lot of fun to see.
And after a win comes a celebration. Tim Wedge holding the Big North Conference title trophy before honoring the Ballin Cats on their 18-1 season. Monday night, Alpena hosts Marquette in the first round of districts. Tip-off is at 7 in the high school gym. In other action last night, Joburg fell 48-32 to Mansalona. The Cardinals play their final regular season game tomorrow night at Fairview. Wrapping up basketball action with our player of the week. Here we go. Wrapping up basketball action with our player of the week. Tigers' Trenton Laverne is currently shooting 60% from the field and 80% from the free throw line. He has tallied over 400 points in the 19 games he has played in this season, 8 of which he ended with 25-plus points. Monday, Alcona plays Tawas in the first round of districts down in Oscoda, a team the Tigers lost to twice during the regular season.
Trenton's a great shooter, and he has a lot of great basketball skills. What he's working on and where he's getting better and making him a better player is he's taking a leadership role as well as becoming just an integral part of our team.
Earlier yesterday on the wrestling mat, 9 local athletes competed at the Palace of Auburn Hills for high school's individual wrestling finals. Starting in Alpena, RJ Centella lost by a technical fall over Southgate Anderson's Logan Parks in the 140 weight class. Huron wrestlers Jacob Sobek won his 150th career win yesterday after beating Holton's Hayden Craig in a decision, while his teammate Andrew Selke won by a major decision 9-1 against Dakota Clark of New Lothrop. Up in Onaway, the Cardinals won, well, downstate, but the Cardinals won in all their matches yesterday, starting with Isaac Nave, who won 8-6 by decision, wrestling Highland Park Renaissance Academy's Lamont Cannon. Casey Watson, on the other hand, won in a 7-zip decision against Garrett Griffins of Jonesville. And wrapping up the successful Cardinals is Joe Trainum. He won by fall over Mahan Ramirez from Bangor. And ending wrestling results from yesterday, the Mayo Thunderbolts also did well. However, Scott Blamer lost in a decision against Ali Rashad from Highland Park Renaissance Academy. Before his teammates had a good day on the mat, Patrick Steffens won in a 1-0 decision, wrestling Weberville's Mason Reefy. And after that, Colton McGregor won by fall over Michael Shaver of Mayville. Wrestling will continue today with the championships tomorrow. Moving to the hockey rink, the Red Wings still up in Canada. However, last night they were playing the Senators, looking to win back-to-back games with Jonas Gustafsson in net. First period is all the Red Wings needed last night, starting with Riley Sheehan. Thank you. There's a goal. Wings up 1. Less than 60 seconds later, Johan Franzen puts Detroit up 2-0. He finished the game with a hat trick. Moving to the end of the period, Nicholas Cronwall slap shot is stopped, but Thomas Yurko has the pickup, making it 4-zip. 6-1 is the final in Ottawa. The Wings play the New Jersey Devils Tuesday at 7. And in golf action, the Honda Classic started yesterday. After 18 holes, Rory McIlroy is in first at 7 under, while Tiger Woods ends round 1 tied for 81st at 1 over par. That will continue today as well. But that's it for your sports this Friday morning. Ashley, back to you.
Thank you, Shannon. Well, bitter temperatures this morning. For a look at what we can expect outside today and for the rest of the week, let's turn it back over to meteorologist Adam Claiborne. Adam.
Okay, thank you, Ashley, and it just seemed like it just won't end. It is very cold. We had a hard time getting to work this morning, just getting out of the bed, because temperatures are really chilly. Some of us already are going to be seeing temperatures that are well below 0 at 15 degrees, or 19 degrees, sorry, in Gaylord below 0. Sitting at 7 below in Rogers City, 8 below here in Alpena, and 5 below in Tawas City. We'll get those numbers back up above 0 throughout the afternoon, so don't worry if you felt like you were going to be below 0, but it doesn't really matter, because either way, we are going to see very cold conditions. 6 below back in Minneapolis, currently 5 here into Chicago. And the core of the cold air actually right around the Great Lakes here into the UP and here in northern lower Michigan. That will start to push off to the east with this area of high pressure as it does make its way towards the northeast. And we'll be expecting things to be a little warmer for us during today. As we take a look at our satellite and radar, seeing that most of the skies are clear, and that is because of that area of high pressure. And once that starts to move out of here, expect low pressure to come in from the northwest. It's going to be providing some more clouds during the late afternoon, and then by tonight, expecting another chance of snowfall. And this time we could pick up about maybe a half of inch to an inch of snow. It will be a little quick system as it does push through. It will be a small band of heavy snowfall, actually. That's why it will come down pretty quickly. But as we take a look at our current winds, 6 miles per hour currently in Alpena, 5 miles per hour in Oscoda. Far cry from the 15 to 25 miles per hour yesterday, but at least things aren't too chilly out there, and it's not going to be too bad when it comes to our wind chills, which are still pretty chilly. 21 degrees below in Alpena, 22 in Rogers City. Well, sitting at the air temperature here in Gaylord, as they are having a calm wind at 19 degrees below 0. What's ahead for us? Well, for today, we'll see that the North Pole, it is here. Yes, it seems like we have relocated to the North Pole. Either way, it is going to be very chilly this morning. A tad warmer, but still cold, as highs will only make their way in the upper single digits, and maybe a few of us could reach the lower teens. But more snowflakes make their way in with our next system as it comes in by tonight. But as we look at our winter weather advisories, we do have a wind chill advisory in effect for all of our counties. That is until 11 a.m. this morning, and wind chills, they have been right around that 20 to 30 degree below zero range, and it's all because of this area of high pressure. It is moving off to the east throughout the day, so don't worry, it is out of here. Not going to mean that things will get a lot warmer for us, though, as cold air is still in place. The breezy conditions, they will fade away. Intense cold, it will stick around as our next chance of snow comes in late tonight and early tomorrow morning, and, well, it will give us a reinforcing shot of cold air, especially we'll feel that more by Sunday. Today, we'll have a high of 8 degrees, starting to cool off tonight, not too much, 4 degrees for our overnight low. South-southeast winds at 5 to 10 miles per hour, and our extended outlook will be in the lower teens by Sunday, and then start to warm back up gradually into the upper teens by next Wednesday.
All right, thank you, Adam. Well, coming up next on WBKB Early Morning, 13 employees at a nuclear waste dump in New Mexico were exposed to radiation following a leak, and dozens more are undergoing tests. That story after the break. Good morning and welcome back. I'm Ashley Reed. In national news, workers at a nuclear waste dump in New Mexico are undergoing tests after radiation leaked above ground, exposing more than a dozen employees. CBS News correspondent Wendy Gillette reports from New York on what happened.
Work conducted a half-mile underground at the waste isolation pilot plant near Carlsbad, New Mexico, is on hold for now. For the first time, radiation was released above ground at the nuclear waste dump. Tests show at least 13 employees of Nuclear Waste Partnership, which runs the site, were exposed to small levels.
Anytime that we have an issue with our employees and the safety of our communities, we take that very, very seriously.
Safety systems detected the leak 2 weeks ago at the nation's only underground nuclear waste dump. Higher than normal levels of radiation were also found as far as a half mile from the plant, though officials say they're no more harmful than a dental X-ray. Ground and water tests are underway.
It is premature to speculate on the health effects of these preliminary results or any treatment that may be needed.
Low-level radioactive waste from around the country is dumped at the plant in massive underground tunnels, including contaminated clothing and tools. For now, shipments to the plant are on hold. The cause of the leak is still under investigation, but one possibility may be a ceiling or wall collapse that ruptured waste containers. Wendy Gillette for CBS News.
In the next few days, officials plan to lower sensors underground so they can determine if it's safe for workers to return and figure out exactly what went wrong. Well, we're going to turn it over to meteorologist Adam Claiborne for one last look at weather. Adam?
Okay, thank you, Ashley. One last look at our weather. 8 degrees below zero, mostly clear conditions. West winds are at 6 miles per hour. At least it isn't too breezy as we have been seeing. We did see the winds anywhere between 10 to 20 miles per hour yesterday. Well, just right now, only at 6 miles per hour, and our real field temperature is at 14 degrees below zero. And why is that the case? Well, we do have the area of high pressure, very cold area of high pressure dominating the region. That's why we aren't seeing many clouds either. And we'll continue to see this trend throughout the early portions of the day before things really begin to cloud back up during the late afternoon and the evening, as our next disturbance will push in from the northwest and really will start to provide some very, very heavy snowfall just for a little time. While not expecting a lot. But as we look at tonight's forecast, 4 degrees for our overnight low. We won't be dropping off that much from our 8 degrees of our afternoon high in Alpena. But tonight we'll get a quick burst of snow. It doesn't look to add up too much, though. Only about a half of an inch to an inch of snow.
Thanks, Adam. And due to that weather this morning, there are a couple delays in closings. 2-hour delays right now, Johannesburg, Lewis, and Rogers City. And then closed right now, Alcona, Bingham Arts, Fairview, Hale, Hillman, Mayo, Oscoda, Pied Piper, Posen, Tawas, Whittemore, Prescott, and West Branch. That's all we have for you this morning. Good Morning America is up next.